Welcome to Do Station with another video. Today our topic is qualitative and quantitative risk management techniques approaches. So basically this is related to our last three topics in which we learned what is JSA and how to conduct it, and risk assessment, and similarly risk management. So this is, I think, the last in the series, or maybe there is one more video. So today we will learn what is the qualitative tech approach and what is the quantitative approach, and what are their benefits and how to integrate them. The presentation I will use today, I will share the download link so you can download it. Also, I am waiting for your feedback so I can improve my content. Let's move to the our presentation and start it. So today our topic is qualitative and quantitative techniques for the risk management. Basically, these are the techniques we use during the risk management process. Welcome to introduction section. Today we will understand what are the qualitative and quantitative approaches during the risk management processes. So we know that for an organization it is very important to make sure that its risk management processes are very effective, and it is very important for us to understand the different techniques that we adopt to make sure our risk assessments are suitable and sufficient and effective. So in this context, these two approaches, qualitative and quantitative, are very important, and let's understand them. So let's first look at the steps of the risk management process. Basically, the risk management process includes minimum of 5 steps. Number one, identification of all the potential hazards, then assessing and evaluation of all the risks. Then we plan and develop mitigation strategies, and then we implement them. And after that, we monitor and review them to make sure that all of our plans or strategies are working correctly. Okay, so now first we understand what is the qualitative risk management approach. Basically, the qualitative risk management approach depends upon the descriptive method. What is this? So here we use an expert's opinion or judgment to evaluate a risk based on their likelihood and consequences. So basically, this approach depends upon the a perception of an expert, how he perceives a phenomena or a process, and then how he evaluates the risk, associated risk, using his personal knowledge. It may include it's his common knowledge, his expert knowledge, or maybe his industrial knowledge he has learned with the passage of time from the industry. Now let's further understand this idea. The qualitative method is basically subjective assessment, as it depends on the expert's opinion and judgment. Also, it can vary as per the level of or quality of the understanding of the expert. Here we use non-numerical scales, and we categorize the risk into low, medium, high, or we categorize them as a red, yellow, or green. Also, when we describe the risk in this method, so we get the general understanding of the characteristics like its causes or potential impact, as it comes from the expert's opinion or mind, and the quality of understanding it has may vary. Then prioritization also, because everything comes from the mind of an expert. So the prioritization is also perception based. Okay, so it depends how an expert give the urgency to a specific risk, or how much importance he gives to the specific risk. Now look at some techniques or tools we use in this method. So risk scoring, basically, we evaluate the risk based on its likelihood and consequences, and we rate them as low, medium, and high. Then we represent it in the numbers. Then we use a risk matrix, which is a visual representation, where we rate the risk in the color scheme and as well as the number. So we represent the low risk with the green color and low numbers, and then medium risk with the yellow color and moderate numbers, and the high risk with the red color and high numbers. Then we can use a SWOT analysis, where we find the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to the system, and then we analyze the risk. Then we can use the brainstorming method, where we sit together with experts or and relevant person, and then we discuss the situation and we evaluate the risk. Okay, now let's understand the quantitative risk assessment. So basically, in this technique, we use the data-driven techniques, and we collect the data from the field, data and stats from the field in the real time, and then we do the statistical analysis to estimate the likelihood and consequences of the risk. Here we quantify the risk in terms of probabilistic calculation. So first of all, we gather the statistical analysis from the field in the real time. Then using this statistical analysis, we calculate the probability of the incident that it will occur. After that, we calculate the potential cost of the incident. Then we use this cost to calculate the potential annual cost of the incident. Then we suggest the suitable control measures, and we calculate the expected cost of these control measures we are going to implement. Once we have all the costs, then we compare them with each other, and then on the basis of this comparison, we decide whether we are going to implement these controls or not. Let's further understand the idea. So, first of all, it is an objective assessment and it uses data-driven techniques and statistical analysis. Then it uses numerical scale where we calculate the probabilities, or we can say that we find the probabilistic distributions of risk at different levels. Here we assign the numerical values to compare and prioritize the risk. Also, we get the deeper understanding of the risk and their financial impact in this method. There are different tools and techniques that we can use in this method, like expected monetary values, sensitivity analysis, Monte Carlo simulations, and decision trees. Let's look some of the pros and cons of each. Qualitative is easy to do. Quantitative can be complex. Qualitative is very flexible, can be implemented on different scenarios easily. Quantitative may not be that flexible. Qualitative gives the result immediately or quickly. Quantitative may be time consuming. Qualitative is subjective. Personal influence may involve. Quantitative is objective as it is data driven. The qualitative may lack the precision while the quantitative is more accurate. Okay, now we have a good understanding. Now we implement these two approaches on a scenario. Let's say we have a risk of falling from the heights, and now we look at the qualitative factors. So we go to the site and we find that the scaffold workers are using the scaffold which is not secure because it is not erected correctly. Also, workers are not using full body harness. From the data, we came to know that there were two near misses related to the fall from the height. Now we have this situation. So we can develop a risk management strategy. How can we develop it? Let's say, first of all, we make sure that we implement the control that improve the scaffold security by re-erecting him and make sure that it is safe to use. Also, we provide the training to the worker and we provide the harness so it uses it. At the same time, we make sure that inspection system for the scaffolds is implemented, and we are providing the continuous monitoring and supervision to make sure that all the procedures are being followed. Okay, now look at the quantitative approach. So here we have to do statistical analysis. Let's understand how we do it. First of all, we have to find the probability of the incident that it will occur. After that, we have to calculate the potential cost of the incident. By using these two costs we have calculated, now we will calculate the expected annual cost, which we will use in the further calculation. But here, let's see how we calculated it. So first of all, from the data, we came to know that 15% of all the construction incidents belongs to the fall from height, which means the probability of fall from height incident is 15% or 0.15. The potential cost of the incident is $500,000. So to calculate the expected annual cost of the incident, we multiplied both of them, the probability 0.15 and the expected cost, which was $500,000. So by multiplying them, we got the expected annual cost, which is approximately $75,000. Okay, so now we have calculated the expected annual cost. Now we will develop the risk management strategy. Let's understand how. So now we will identify the suitable control measures. After that, we will calculate their total expected cost. Then we will compare this cost with the expected annual loss of the incident. If, then we will decide whether we will go with the control or not. Let's see how it works. Let's say our first control is to install the safety nets, which will cost $10,000. Second control is to hire a consultant, which will cost us $5,000 annually. So total cost of the control measures is now 15,000. Let's compare it with the expected annual cost of the incident. So by subtracting this total cost of the control measures, we find $60,000, which are the basically our savings. If we do not implement controls and incident happens, this means it will cost us $75,000. But by spending $15,000, we will save our $60,000. Okay, so now I hope you have a good understanding of both of the approaches. Now let's learn how can we combine them practically. So from the quantitative analysis, we learned total expected cost of the incident was annual cost was $75,000. And from the qualitative analysis, we learned the scaffolding is not secure, people not using harness, and in the last one there were two near misses. So let's see how we develop the strategy to control it. First of all, uh, install the safety nets, hire a safety consultant, and make sure scaffolding is safe to use, it is secure. Then provide the training to the worker and provide the harness to him, and also make sure that inspection and monitoring system is implemented and provide the supervision. So you see how simply we can combine them together. Let's look at some of the benefits if we integrate both of the approaches. First of all, comprehensive risk assessment we can get, diversified perspective, enhanced decision making, easy decision making, increased accuracy and precision, effective prioritization, then targeted risk reduction will be easy, and we can get the better communication. So I hope now you have a good understanding of the concepts. Let's conclude what we learned. Basically, we learned that this qualitative risk management uses experts' judgment in evaluation of the risk, while the quantitative uses the real-time data and statistical analysis to evaluate the risk. If we integrate them, we get comprehensive understanding, we get effective decision making, we can get more accuracy, effective communication, and effective mitigation strategies. That was it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. It will be helpful for you. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, please share with me. And also stay safe and healthy. Until next video, goodbye. Thank you very much.